Access Paranormal's podcast. As you can see, we're joined in Mill Street Barracks for the start of 2023 by two ladies and a gentleman. I won't be calling a gentleman in a minute when I give his name. This is little Aubrey.
Hi.
This is Gemma.
Hi.
And this is Michael. Or if I call him Mike, I do apologise because it's an insult. And these are from Junior Paranormal there in Manchester. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
You're more than welcome. And you're coming here to Mill Street Barracks, which is going to be fantastic for
We
you.
are.
You've never been here before.
No.
I'm going to start with little Aubrey. I'm going to call you little Aubrey, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to start with you because you've never been here before neither. And I can't believe how old you are and you're doing paranormal investigations.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how you got into the paranormal.
So, every time my mum and dad went on paranormal investigating events, and I always go home and I'm always asking them, when can I go on one, and please tell me what happened, and I'll never let them continue stopping. I'll just continue letting them say about stuff, and I just got so into it that it made me so interested in it that I've started doing it.
Oh, wow. And you've got to say, we had a walkabout with them before.
Yes.
Little Aubrey was like, let's do an investigation.
She loves them.
She's more braver than us.
I know.
Well, speak for yourself, Jane.
Okay, fair enough. And little Aubrey, she's got a brother, Finley, who hasn't come tonight.
Sorry, Finley.
Oh, look, Finley. You were the one that didn't know one about the place. Little Aubrey's got the highlight, okay?
I'm famous now.
She's famous now anyway, but it's lovely to have you on. And we've got your mum and your dad with us. And I'm going to go to Gemma next. I'm even getting the names right.
You are getting the name
Started
right.
in year superb, I'm like. Can you tell us exactly how you started? And you can join in as well, Michael. You can explain how you came, how the Junior Paranormal came about, because we think it's brilliant.
Thank you. So, as Aubrey said, Michael and I have been interested in the paranormal for quite a few years, and we used to go on events with various different companies. And when we used to come home, Finley and Aubrey would always ask us, what happened on it? Tell us all about it. And then the next question would always be, when can we go on one? And we would always say, well, you have to wait until you're 18. So in the summer of 2020, we decided to sort of take them around a few haunted places on day visits. So we went to Shrewsbury Prison, Ripon Workhouse, Eden Camp, hoping that would help address that question, but it didn't. It made them even more curious. So Halloween 2021, we went on an event, didn't we?
Yes.
And it was, we came back the next day, and again, oh, what happened? Tell us all about it. And again, they asked the question, can we go with you? And we went to say no, and then we sort of looked at each other and went, well, actually, why not?
We were like, why can't they? And then we were like, well, surely there's somebody who we can look for, who does it. And we were looking for about a week, looking round, searching, everything else. And then it was the Sunday morning of, I think it was fireworks.
It was fireworks day, yeah.
And we were sat there and Gemma said, well, why can't we do it? And it was just like this light bulb moment of, well, why not? It's something, we've got two kids that are really into it.
There must be others.
There must be others,
Definitely.
and other people out there that are asking the same question we are. So why can't we do it? And we just decided that Sunday morning to
jump into it.
Fabulous. I'm so glad you have.
Thank
It's
you.
brilliant.
So
Yes.
I'm a qualified teacher, and I've worked with children and young people for many years. And I also run an education business, so we thought, well, why can't we put my skills together with the paranormal and come up with a safe way where we can educate children and young people about how to safely explore the paranormal, but also link in that history, which we think is so important. And it's something that not all paranormal groups touch on. Sometimes it's just to go into somewhere and it's like, this is haunted. Well, why is it haunted? What's the history behind that? And then we did our first event at Champness Hall, and it's just carried on
to
from
say,
there.
yeah, we messaged a few places. We actually got some positive feedback pretty quickly, which made us then be more excited for us that there were people out there at different venues saying, yeah, wow, that sounds actually really good. And yeah, as you say, Champness Hall, which is our base, we met the owner of the building, and he's got a daughter as well who's into it, which helps
Brilliant.
out
Yeah.
loads.
Bonded that.
And he was they've been so
They've been
supportive
amazing.
of what we're doing.
Well,
So.
When we first heard it, and we'll be honest with you, it's opened our eyes because we were like,
What?
kids?
Kids?
No chance.
Yeah.
Whose great idea was, we got to admit that we were like that, what's going on here, you know? It's not for kids and everything else. And we were ignorant to, we'll be honest with you, we were ignorant to it until we looked at it all, and we spoke to you and we asked you about it and everything else. And that's when we said, didn't we, I can see this now, I can see the point of it. Because there's nothing for kids like that.
No.
And if you think about it this way as well, there's a lot of paranormal stuff on TV and on YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
So they can
Children
look
like
into it.
Aubrey, children like Aubrey can watch it. There's
Yeah.
no,
So much access.
there's no 18 anymore.
No.
Everyone can
No.
watch it. But
No.
can I just ask? Sorry, I know you haven't had a word yet, but you know what I'm like for talking anyway. How difficult was it for getting insurance for children for under 18s? Because obviously, I mean, our insurance is for 18 and over.
Yeah, no, the reason not as hard, it's actually quite straightforward because we focus more on the education
Yes.
as opposed to the paranormal.
Right.
It's standard
Perfect, yeah.
insurance.
Brilliant.
So that's the big difference in education is the main reason.
It's music out there.
Is that how it is?
Yeah.
Somebody's
Yeah,
car.
somebody's car.
Yeah.
But with regards to what you said, Jamie, we still do get a lot of people saying, you can't possibly do that. Children under it, and it's like, well, they do. We understand that. There's a lot of things that we don't do on events. So we don't do Ouija boards, we don't do seances, we don't do anything spiritual, we don't have mediums or anything like that. It's just cause and effect equipment. That's all.
Yeah.
So it's very scaled down.
Yeah,
Very
it
scaled
is.
So what
down.
an adult.
And I
Absolutely.
think that's perfect for children,
It is.
because that gives them the gentle, it gives them what they want to see, and it gives them the safety of it as well.
Yeah.
And how, because you were telling me before that you do a protection, you have a protection room. I think that's what, did you call it?
We have a
Protection?
safe base.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like a break away
Yeah.
room, so if they get frightened they can go there, nothing happens there. And obviously you've got your protection as well that you pour over the person yourself, I think, Gemma,
Yeah,
is that
I
right?
do, yeah, I do
Because you've got,
protection.
yeah,
Go
sorry.
on, go on, sorry.
No, that's fine.
I was going to say, because I'm sure many people ask, because we thought about it, didn't we? And we thought, someone's going to come and they're going to bring about 20 kids and they're going to do a paranormal investigation.
That's exactly what you said.
And that's what
Yeah.
everybody thought, and we thought, it's just going to be like,
Chaos.
they're just going to bring like 20 kids
Mm.
and just do a paranormal, but it's not like that at all.
No,
Yeah.
it's structured.
Because they have to bring an adult with them.
Yes.
Yeah, and in a way we both hold our hands up and we're guilty.
Yeah,
We
are
were too, we
Not
were
me.
narrow-minded, no, not you. We were narrow-minded.
But it's not been done before though,
No.
has it?
No.
No,
Do you know what
and
I mean?
it's like the old saying, isn't it? You got, they shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah.
But it's a different era now.
It
and
is.
Absolutely.
we were narrow-minded, and this is a good lesson for anybody out there to do your homework before you make any comments like we did. We hold our hands up, we were making comments, this shouldn't be allowed, they shouldn't be this and that. We've spoken to Gemma, we've spoken to Mike, and little Aubrey here, but Finley couldn't make it. And after seeing this tonight, it's opened our eyes completely, and it's taught me an absolute lesson is don't judge the book by its cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen to the
Thank
people
you.
who are doing it, and Michael and Gemma have done a fantastic
As soon
job.
as I spoke to Gemma though, it was like, Oh yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Because we ended up on the phone for nearly an hour,
We did,
didn't we?
yeah.
Having a good
Yeah.
chat about
Yeah.
it.
A strange validation that we had is we got Rochdale Council approached us about checking that we had everything in place to be able to do it,
Yeah.
and we were able to provide them all the risk assessments, safety insurances and everything
Yes.
else, to a point of view where they're satisfied with what we were doing. So
Yeah.
that was an
That's
extra
big.
validation
That's
to
it.
us
Yes.
that we're on a legal standpoint, and that bit that everybody's worried about of under 18
Yeah.
doing something, it did kind of
Yeah.
give us a bit of, well, yeah, there you go. It's
It's,
It's like the
it's
unknown,
amazing.
though, isn't it? Because no one's really done it before.
Unfortunately, we did also, around the same time when we started launching, we were made aware that there are some other paranormal groups out there who saw our idea and decided that they were going to allow under 18s to come on over 18s
Oh,
events and
yeah.
put the two
Oh.
together.
It's a totally different.
I'm not happy
And
with
it's
that.
it's not good. So
Yeah.
we then had to sort of consistently fight our corner of that's not us. We don't believe you should put under 18s and over 18s events. We just specialise just in children and young people. And the other thing as well is because there's quite a few people who do paranormal events as a business and as money making, and that's absolutely fine. But we wanted to also stand out from the crowd by being non-profit. So any money that we do make, if at all we make any money, goes straight back into providing kit or providing t-shirts or
Yeah.
anything like that. So that is another way how we wanted to stand out. But no, the things that you've raised, we still get
Yeah.
down
Yeah,
now.
it's,
I imagine
it's going to
it would,
continue. Now, Aubrey,
Absolutely.
you're 9,
Yeah.
am I right? Yeah. How do you feel that you were being picked on, not you individually, you as a child weren't allowed to go on paranormal investigations? And I know that you're a brave little one because I've seen you've been around the building with you and you are. How do you feel that you can go on these investigations? I know it's a little bit of watered down than what adults do, and we understand that. But how is it for you, and how do you feel that you can go on these now, knowing that you can experience things that we experience all the time?
So at the start, when on my first ever one, I felt unsure about it, but when I got more into it and like through last year in 2022, I got very into it and I started bringing back my confidence up, and I just felt really good about it, and I felt like it's a really good idea and it's a really positive way for knowing kids can learn about the history also while paranormal investigating with it. So that's why I'm thinking it's a really positive and good idea for kids to also have a chance, because you can't leave kids out on stuff for over 18 to only just go and enjoy theirs, but like little kids who are really interested in it don't even have a chance to go and do it. So I think it's a
You're
really
going to
good
be the
idea.
youngest, aren't you?
Are
No.
you the
Yes.
youngest?
Yeah.
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 I've got to say, her confidence is fantastic because she tells me off. Because my belly rumbled.
I do.
She said she told my belly rumbled when we were in the dark, and she told me off.
so
Can't
What
help
did
it.
you say?
She told me off.
So, saying what? Because it
My belly rumbled, and she went, "Will you stop your belly rumbling?"
because it interfered.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a
She wanted it. Yeah.
It interfered with the calling out.
So we've always teach the kids to say please and thank you. We find it only
Yes.
polite. You treat whoever you're trying to contact and who is there, you treat them with the same respect that you get. And as you say, I will always be corrected if I don't say please and thank you, or if anybody does, you'll have Aubrey, Finley, any of the kids will pipe up and be like, "You've not said please.
Mhm.
You've not said
Yeah.
thank you."
Perfect.
That's brilliant.
And yeah, the confidence that they come out with. As you say, kids going on an event. At first we thought it would be the kids being scared, but a lot of the adults that they found haven't been on paranormal investigations themselves. They're just in it because they're kids and they're trying to get their children to explore it.
But that's good, Michael, because what's happening, sorry Marie, what's happening now is your children, well, not just you, 'cause you've got ambassadors and God knows what else, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're bringing the adults into it, and now the adults are starting to get into it. So
Yeah.
the children are beginning to bring us, you know, adults into the paranormal world as well. So it's working both ways.
Yeah, we did have one whose dad, his mum and dad came, and the two kids they were obsessed. They watched all the stuff on YouTube. They watched the kids who go off into the different derelict buildings, and we were saying, well, we don't advocate it.
Yeah.
But the dad was like, no, don't believe it. I believe in something else, but don't. And I think there was a point in the night where he was adamant, wasn't he the one jumping up trying to see what was going on?
He was running up
because
in the dark.
he was the one who was like, who'd come as being the mom here for my kids sort of thing, to being the one who was like
Chasing down noises.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's been good to see that side of it, where obviously we're not thrusting everybody into this idea that everything's horrible or
Oh yeah, we have to. We constantly fighting the demon thing. So people come on. Is there going to be a demonic portal? Is there going to be demon? You know, because of what they've seen on the television.
Yeah.
It's fed into them.
It's fed into them that the paranormal is negative. And
I
things
keep
are
watching
negative.
Spider, sorry. There's a spider coming
Yeah.
closer, I'm getting ready to grab it.
Yeah, just go it.
So
There
we
we
keep
are, it's
going.
distracting me.
So we
Yeah.
see another one of our jobs is to sort of tackle these negative ideas that we have about
Yes.
everything
So
being the
it's great
demon.
educating.
And that's good,
Absolutely.
because I mean there are a lot of strong-minded children, like you was mentioned before, Michael. Yes, I wondered what you was doing and I couldn't see your hand. And some are, and it's not for some children.
No, it's
No.
not.
And you know, it's the people who's got the interest in it, and the people whose parents are going to come with the child
Yeah.
as well, isn't it?
And we've seen you
Um,
enthusiasm, haven't we?
Yeah.
But she
And-
was the first calling out upstairs when we were upstairs before.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brings
That's-
into it.
So it just shows you that.
Yeah,
Teddy bears go
and
walking.
I've not put it on.
Teddy bears go
We just
walking.
had,
Was
got a teddy
Just-
bear
yeah.
out there, it's just going on.
Go on, you take over the show. Carry on. This is Aubrey of Access Paranormal. Go on, explain what we've got out there then. Aubrey.
So we've got a mini box out there, and we've got a teddy bear called Spirit, who mostly with the night and with other investigations that we've done has mostly been being set off from answering questions and stuff. And ever since we got that, the spirits and the ghosts just loved it, that they've started using it a lot.
There's a cat ball up there as well.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see that from where you are, but there is a
No,
cat
don't
ball
put it out.
set up there as well. I see Michael putting it up there, that's all right.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to ask Aubrey a question then,
Okay.
about it in your head. What do all your friends think about you going out and doing all these paranormal investigations?
Sometimes my friends think, why do you want to do it? And I just say I'm really interested in it. And when I tell them, they're like, are you sure there's no bad energy? And I'm always saying to them, there's always good energy there.
So
And sometimes there's shy spirits and...
so explain to them what you told your teacher.
Oh.
Oh, what did you tell your teacher? Tell us.
So my teacher was asking, what do you want to be when you're older? And I put my hand up and I said, a paranormal investigator. and he said, that's not a job, it's a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
So I came home and I said to Mum, my teacher said that paranormal investigating isn't a job. And so, yeah.
So I went on Twitter
Mm-hmm.
because she came home and she was very discouraged because it was, oh well, that's a silly idea. You know, why would you think that? And she felt very, very downhearted about it. So I got up and fired up Twitter and just like did a call out to people and was like, my daughter's just come home and she's been told this, what do you think? And the amount of support that people had coming through. And it's sort of, when you think of paranormal investigation, you think, oh, going out into a dark building, but it's not, it's so much more than that, because
Yes.
like what
Yeah.
you've got,
Yeah.
we also work for a magazine, don't we, called High Strange, where
Yeah.
Aubrey does some writing
Yeah.
for that, and I do
Oh,
some
my word.
writing.
The next Katrina Wyman.
She's got her, she has, so we have a Junior Paranormal Kids section, and Aubrey's got an Ask Aubrey section.
Yeah.
Where people email in
Yeah,
questions.
so
and ask Aubrey.
where people ask me questions and I do answer. In like one point we did one where how does a K2 work, or what's your most favourite kit, and one point we did tea leaves on one.
Oh yeah, we just done.
Yeah, we
Oh,
just
right.
did tea
Yeah.
leaves on one.
Teddy bear's going again.
Oh, teddy bear's
Oh, yeah.
going there on its arm.
It's just off to the left of us, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
so-
still there.
Teddy bear's going off.
It's one,
There's
isn't
nobody
it?
in
The
the
lights are
end.
in
Yeah.
different arms and feet
Yes,
of it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
where
it's
it's
where-
touched.
yeah. So that was its arm.
So it's an armless one.
It's waving hello then.
Yes.
Hello.
So yeah, that was a good question, that one. So I've got to ask you yourselves as well. Have
Teddy
you
bear.
found that your teddy bear's going off
Going up again.
Have you found that you sometimes you hit brick walls because it's children?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
explain a little bit about that? Or
So there are some venues that we know would be really, really good from a historical perspective. And we're not going to, name and shame people because
Yeah.
that's not what we do. But we know they would be really good in terms of the rich history connected to them. But the second that we email and they see the word junior and it's for children, it's a no,
Right.
no.
We've had one venue where we have been and done a junior event there,
Yeah.
and the person who we met was really accommodating. We went in, we did the event, and we were like, oh, why not? We'll try going back. And the person changed, and
Oh,
they
right.
said, the next person who came on, no, we don't believe in under 18s doing events
Yeah.
like that
Right.
here. So they put a complete stop on it. And we do get that, but because we get so much support from our others,
Yeah.
to a point of view
Balances it
where
out.
the amazing things that we've had that's come out of it, it doesn't balance it out, it outweighs it significantly. So
Brilliant.
I don't feel disheartened anymore.
No, I feel
I just feel
confident
like-
now.
Okay, that's your belief.
Mhm.
You'll
I
listen
respect
out.
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
We'll
Well,
move on to the next.
We do get a few trolls that pop up on social media, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
I've seen them
Where
messages
it's-
there,
Everybody does, no matter who you are.
You're irresponsible. At one point, we were called bad parents. You're putting children in danger. You're practicing black magic. There was a place in Rochdale that we had, which we spoke to you about before in terms of the tunnels and
Oh,
things.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We had that booked, and the volunteers and the trust were absolutely 100% for it because of the history associated
Yeah.
with the church.
Yeah.
So we advertised the event, we'd got people booking on it, and then somebody higher up got wind of it and said that we had to shut down, otherwise we were going to take legal action against us.
Oh.
And if we didn't remove the event and stop advertising it, they were going to take us to court because we were quite clearly going there with the intent of practicing the dark arts with children.
Oh. So, with you being a first group doing this, or the first group you've ever heard of,
Yeah.
you're gonna get hit with everything.
Oh yeah, we have.
You know what I mean? So it will, because there's people out there that do need education training on what's happening. Because, like you said
Well, we were
yourselves,
educated.
yeah. And
Because
since
we
we've
were the
spoken
same,
to
we
you, yeah.
Well,
And-
parents do that for the kids, you know.
Yeah.
because, and because we would never. I mean, you've got little Marla who wants to come with us, and we've got
Well, I've got Layla.
Layla,
Layla,
and
yeah.
we would go, you can't take blooming kids in that. But we've spoken to you, and this is what the people higher up need to do: is they need to listen to you and understand you, like we've done it.
Understand the structure.
We've held our hands up, and we admitted we were like, what kind of parents? You're a teacher, and you listen. But once we've spoken to you, and it's a great lesson to learn to any paranormal group, any company, if you want them in, listen to them first. We've done it. We made the
Mhm.
mistake. That's why they're sitting here now, because I think we should have the right to say what they want to
Yeah.
say.
You don't go up
Yeah.
till late at night,
Yeah.
you don't do the 2 o'clock in the
No.
morning
No.
stuff like adults. Finish 9 o'clock,
9 o'clock.
and
Yeah.
that's around about time.
And then you go to the
come
pub.
in.
No.
So,
Listen to what we know.
yeah.
No.
No.
It's a joke.
mm,
Oh I'll
It's
miss
a
it.
joke, yeah.
Yeah.
I've hidden your drink behind you.
Thanks. I'll
But
take
yeah, no,
it
it's,
with me.
it has been a learning curve for us
Yeah.
as to what to expect from people, and it is hard to
Yeah.
sometimes get through. But as you say, we do take the fact of, I think was it Salisbury Hall was the first one we ever got in touch with,
Yeah.
and they came back within a week of us actually emailing. This is before we actually got a name. And
We didn't have a
everything
name
started.
or anything. at
We didn't
that
have a
point.
name or anything. And when they came back to us, even though we weren't getting many people, getting somewhere like their back
Yeah.
was like really validating. And then from there it's taken off, and we've had it's Harriet up at Eden Camp who has been really super
she's
positive
amazing.
towards us, where
Hats off to them, even can't
we've
they?
been and done a podcast for them, haven't we? Where we
Oh, well,
we,
yeah.
we
Yeah.
podcasts and stuff. And it's just like then it's not bits of validation, it's a big chunks of validation that we're getting. But the more people we can educate, that
Yeah.
we're not
Exactly,
out
yeah.
there.
You've educated us.
We're not out there
Thank
putting
you.
like seances on and kids with Ouija,
Yeah.
but anything, nothing like that. We just
Yeah.
solely educate that it's
It's
all
sensory.
cause and effect.
It
It's
is sensory, isn't it?
And we make it fun.
Yeah.
We find that-
We
And
said
positive, as you were telling me before, there's nothing negative.
No.
You see the positive side of
Yeah.
it. And
we said if we'll see how we do after the first year, because we
Yeah.
were like that first year of doing anything's always really crucial.
Yeah.
And we came through, and at Christmas we sat there for a minute, and we were like, oh my god, we actually did it. We actually did a full year, and it's not just that our followers are slowly increasing, and we're building this really lovely community of people who, like yourselves, are part of now with us, who understand us and who want to support us. And the young people that we work with on these events completely outweigh any barrier that we face. They're just amazing.
well, I think personally, sorry Jane, with you being the first doing this, showing people out there, and I bet there's loads of people out there that want to do the same. So I'm thinking now there'll be people across the UK and people from other areas, America, whatever, getting in touch with you and asking,
I
how
think
do
it's
you
brilliant.
start this?
Well, that's what we
Yeah.
would like. We would
Yeah.
like people to come to us, and
Mhm.
we can help them set up their own, so that we know people are doing it the right way.
Yes.
If that makes sense. Because the
Yeah.
last thing we
Yeah.
want is somebody running out there and undoing all the hard work that we're trying
But
to
you,
do.
Yeah.
to
yeah,
champion
you
it,
don't want
you know.
people going in with all the bad, putting a bad name to it basically,
No.
Yeah,
and doing the wrong things what you don't do, because that will come back on you then saying,
absolutely.
this is what you're doing, witchcraft, you're doing this, you're doing that, and that's absolutely not anything like it at all.
Yeah, because that's an example of that is the fact that we are not able to advertise our
Yeah, we're
stuff
banned.
on certain paranormal groups on Facebook. So
Well, that's their loss.
it
Yeah.
is their loss,
Yeah.
but I do believe that they stop it because of what other people have tried to do.
Right, yeah.
And some people have tried to do it quite
Badly.
wrong, badly.
Yes.
There's, as you say, oh, we've got an adult event on, well, we can bring the kids with them.
Right.
We
No.
don't, we
That's-
avoid doing, well, we do try, well, we don't do adult events because that's not us.
No,
We don't want to get into that side of it.
Yeah.
We've done bits where we've helped out at Champness Hall where they do have people there who are
Yeah.
into the paranormal. We've assisted them with putting on a charity event for them.
yeah.
But yeah, us personally for adults, I don't think I'd want to
No.
deal with adults on an
No,
adult event.
It's very easier.
Yeah. So you've
I
got
don't
it.
know.
Or is it easy?
All of that.
Or is it easy?
So I was on about to you earlier about my niece Layla, and when my sister came to me and said Layla's well into this and she watches you and she listens to your podcast and everything, and I thought, oh heck, I don't want to go down the wrong way with this, because they're doing it watching what they on
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah.
Even though it's my niece's daughter, so I still call her my niece. and I don't want to go down the wrong path and it's going into anything negative or anything. So first thing I did, as soon as I found out, I went and bought her, I went and bought her a necklace, a protection necklace, a torch, protection, first thing you need. Little cards of what to do and things like that, protection cards for prayers that she can say beforehand and help her. Because I don't know how she'll be in school with her friends, because the friends talk about it, and I would like her to be an example to her friends, to say, no, we do it this way. You know, I've seen the group, I'm doing this, because I've got to bring her along, as I mentioned. Because I'd like them to be educated in the right way and not a negative way. Because I do remember at school, when I was at school, I think it's a car
Okay,
going
yeah.
over the grid.
I actually thought it was footsteps.
I
for
thought
a
it
split
was
second.
footsteps,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when I was at school, the senior school, and there was a Ouija board session going on in the library that we got brought and told, and all the books did come off the shelves, and it was a very bad experience. And when I went down to the foyer, I noticed it was one of the girls out of my year. I only knew of her, sort of thing, you know, because you don't get to know everybody in the seniors in your year. And she was still in a trance sort of thing. They had to call the parents in. So that Ouija board, you've got to know what you're doing, and please, no children,
No.
don't go into
No.
it.
And the
It
children,
is really, you know, there is a lot there, and you don't want to go into that.
No, absolutely.
and there is good that, I mean, the like of yourselves, I mean, Layla, you mentioned to her, didn't you, about the Junior Paranormal?
Yeah.
And so you might probably get Layla to contact them.
Yeah. So, well, we'll be doing it through myself to help her, because I wouldn't
Yeah.
like her to go down the wrong track
No.
and bring up, because she does watch what we do, and
Yeah.
you know, we don't do the swearing part of it and things like
Yeah,
that.
no, we don't.
So, you know, we're not.
You don't need to swear.
Yeah.
that
Try
way.
not to.
No.
I think
Yeah.
that's a
If somebody gets
Depends
frightened
what
and
it
it's a
is.
sincere one, you know, obviously it
Things do slip
happens.
out of
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I with understanding that there's so much stuff out there that
Mhm.
is quite. We always say to anybody that says to us, "Oh, do you not feel like you're going down a route with your kids?"
Yeah.
It's like, but there's so much other stuff that is far worse.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
teaching
There
them,
is, yeah.
teaching them how kids are inquisitive.
Think
Yes.
about it this way, Michael. There is Scooby-Doo. That's the
Yeah.
problem. I know it
That's
sounds a
where it
bit
comes
silly.
in, paranormal.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, it's
Something
going
good.
ghost hunting haunted the house, isn't it?
Ghostbusters.
And it's a
Yeah,
cartoon.
ghost,
film,
yeah.
Ghostbusters, yeah. So it is out there for children.
It's already out
It's
there,
out
and it's
there
bringing
for
their
children.
attention to it
So
from a young age.
What you're doing is educating them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not
I
you're
think
not
it's
throwing them in
fabulous
at
what
the
you're
deep
doing.
end. I think it's phenomenal, and I'm just glad that I listened to you. And
Thank you.
it you know, because I was like, that shouldn't be allowed. And
It's, yeah.
and no, it was, and it was
I know.
what you said, didn't you? Hold we don't know nothing about them, and I'm going, yeah, but they've got kids going on it, and I admit that, but I've been educated, and it's the best thing that's happened.
See, I can relate to that side of it because if you think about it, well, I've been on adult events, and to be honest, you go on them events, they are not for children
not
in
like
any
kids
way
They're not.
whatsoever.
No.
So it was only through the kids asking and then Gemma's teaching background that really made us drive the fact that we can teach them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the key behind this. Our whole thing is the teaching and education,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
not just about getting, as you say, a flashlight and a few bits of kit, going into a building or whatever, and it's about teaching them how to do it
Yeah.
in a safe manner. And if we can create that group and that positive environment, and they can feel confident together doing it, and we know that they're not going off on their own doing it,
That's
we
it.
just feel that that's.
We do have to give a special shout out to Jade, who's our volunteer. She's amazing.
Jade.
Jade. And then we also
Hi,
have
Jade.
to give a special mention to our brand new Junior Paranormal Ambassadors, who you guys have
Yes.
List them all, yeah, list them
Yes.
all.
So we obviously have Aubrey and Finlay, who are also the co-founders of JPE, but joining them as Junior Ambassadors we have Harrison. Hi. Alfie.
Hey, Harrison.
Hi.
Come on. It's
Kate and Olivia. Hi.
Hey.
So you guys will get to
Yeah.
meet them when you come to
Yeah.
I'm looking
Champness
forward
Hall.
to
Looking
meeting
forward
them.
to
They're absolutely amazing.
We've seen them on Facebook
Yeah.
already.
And if they're all like this little one here,
Oh yeah.
you're gonna
It's
you've
gonna
got
be
a
really
fantastic
It's gonna be
team.
good.
Because I honestly believe, and we've had, you've heard the Katrina Widener one. I think, Katrina, if you're watching this, keep an eye out.
Katrina, if you want to give us a little hi, shout out, feel free. Special message for our juniors of encouragement, that'd be awesome. You've had tried, haven't you?
Of course you have, yeah.
Certainly
You
have.
never know.
Never
So
know.
Katrina, if you are listening, and I know you are because you're a big fan of me, I'm not John yeah, shout. But I mean, you've been going a year,
Yeah,
and in that year you've been to some fantastic places, haven't you?
absolutely.
I'm going to go back to you because you're too quiet. I didn't know whether you were asleep or not. Is it,
I was
is it past
Is it past
bedtime?
bedtime?
I just like to do the staring. Just to listen.
Hi, Aubrey.
What time is it? Is it morning?
Is it after 9 o'clock? What's it like for you? You know you've been to all these paranormal investigations. What we're going to do is, we were talking about it before we came on here, aren't we, is we're going to get you and your little ones to do an investigation, and I want you to record it, whether it's on your phone or whether it's record it, a mini investigation, and send it to us, and we'll put it on the show, even if it's half an hour. Do a mini investigation with the team, send it to us, and we'll put it on the radio show, because then it might open people's minds about it more.
Absolutely, that would be fantastic.
You know, and then it'll show people how, because I mean, we can talk about it, but we put paranormal investigations on the radio, so if we open one out for you, you send us a paranormal investigation of you doing it. Not telling anybody off if the belly rumbles though. Send it to us, and we'll do a half an hour of an investigation. If it gets better and it's a really good one, you can do the hour, and we'll put it on for the hour.
But if you do it here, I'll be coming with you, and
Yeah.
with Layla, and I'll take the
That's actually
Do you want to do
amazing.
the in
test
February?
run,
Yeah,
test run with us.
yeah.
If you want to do that,
And we'll even record it as a podcast, and we'll put it up on there, and then
yeah.
that way, where we've been educated, maybe that's the
We
way
can
to do it.
educate
We can
others.
educate others.
Yeah.
And we'll do that.
We can put it out to children or
Yeah.
to the parents and
That's
children.
really
Yes.
cool.
That will be, that actual show will be the kids.
Go
That's
for it,
fabulous.
Michael.
So that exact thing, actually, what you're after, was it really culminated our year at Bakewell, and I think it was you who was upstairs there, and wasn't the 3 kids
Oh, I nearly
in
cried.
one of the, they were in a
It was
small
so
room, in like the
beautiful.
doll's room. You're probably
Yeah,
there.
so it ended up, so there was 3, there was Aubrey and then 2 other guests, and they'd not met, 2 other junior guests had not met each other before at all. And we'd split up into small groups at Bakewell House, and I was upstairs with my group, and myself and the other parents ended up standing outside of the room, slightly back, and the 3 girls were in there on their own, leading the investigation. They had equipment going off, they were being so respectful, and I was like, I'm not crying, I'm not crying.
It's worked. It's
So
worked.
I took a picture of it, and I was just like, this right here is why we do it.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic that it was our last event, and
Of
it
the
did
year.
culminate our whole year,
And
Yeah.
and
that
come to
picture's
that
so
one
beautiful.
picture that's
Fantastic.
And the other thing is as well is making friends.
Oh,
making
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it, the whole socialise and this
Yeah.
And it's really good for them to work together and make sure they're all trusting each other and they're all ready to do it, and it's just building up their confidence, because with COVID and stuff it's weakening their confidence, but this is building it up, and it's teaching them history about the place,
Mhm.
and it's letting them know that you're not always alone. Like, you've always
Mhm.
got somebody
I think
Right.
that's a really
beside.
Perfect.
point, because sometimes if you're into the paranormal, people think you're a bit
Oh,
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm saying nothing. I'm
No.
saying no.
So-
I know who we support, and I'm not going to mention it because we don't want to be banned.
So being a child and a young person can sometimes be hard enough,
Yeah.
and then you add to that that's such body enabling, and
That's
go
even-
through, and it
even
can make
worse
you
for
stand
you.
out even more. So
Yeah.
having the opportunity to come together and form a like-minded community where
Yeah,
it's a
definitely.
safe environment,
Mhm.
and you
So,
can
yeah.
just be yourself and you
Yes.
make these special connections, because as adults, we know when you go into a dark room and you form connections with people, don't you? You learn to trust each other.
Yeah.
And so that picture was everything.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Everything.
But it's
That's a unique picture, isn't it? Sorry, Marie, you was
No, it's alright. I was talking to Michael before and we was on about not every place is haunted.
No.
So, you know, you come on these investigations and, you know, to be true to yourself, that not every place, but the history and everybody gathering together, because we love that, don't we? When we're not getting something in a place, and we've done that in quite a few places and nothing's happened, but when you're going round and you're looking, oh, this used to be a wall, this used to be that, and we used to, any ruins or anything, you can place what was there and what was going on, and it's that, and it's the interaction with each other and the banter and everything that goes on.
Definitely.
And that is a lovely big part of it as well, isn't it? Because there's not spirits and ghosts in every place, you know, and you've got to accept that some nights there'll be nothing there, but the fun and
Absolutely.
the journey together of so many people and you know, and getting that confidence, as you were saying, of building, because COVID's knocked a lot out. It has.
And with like spirits and ghosts, like sometimes they don't know who you are if you're on your first investigation, but during the night when we was paranormal investigating, what happened with some children is at the very start they weren't okay about this, but as they got into the middle of the night, they got really excited and they was always like, I'm going to want this kit, I'm ready for it. And then I know.
Well, it's the middle of the investigation, which is middle of your night. It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It is 7 p.m. It is the middle of our night.
And then when they get used to it, they start getting into it, because at the start, well, we do a tiny bit of a call out, and then we go to another part of the building. But what happens with some of them are just a little bit quiet with it, like when they hear like whistling for the first time, they don't feel okay. But during the night at the very end, they're all like, can you do this, and
they get more confident.
Excessively confident.
And like when they hear like a band, they're like, where was that? And they go out of their seat and they go running
towards it.
Yeah.
Our rules are the same, you know. When we were
You know, Jamie's just the same, but he runs away.
He runs away.
Don't you start on me.
But it's good, because I remember what I was talking to you, Aubrey, before, and you were saying, you're debunking it, you go and say, was that anybody? Was that somebody's watching? Was that somebody's this? Who's got the phone on? Did somebody not put it on flight mode? And that's good, and that's a good thing to have, you know, to debunk, and that's what we like doing, is debunking a situation, and not just say, oh, that was the paranormal.
We're very
always think the logic.
We're very much the last thing that you get to is that you feel it was paranormal.
Yeah.
And by paranormal, as we say, it's unexplainable.
Yes,
Yes,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You just
So
can't explain.
always go to that line, that chain first of what it could be.
Yeah.
And we've always been very much like that with them, because we don't want everybody to jump straight to the
Oh, that's paranormal.
it's paranormal, but it could have been this.
That's
That's
going off that. Well, it's not. It's the same subject. My granddaughter Marla, she was in her bedroom, and I stayed up with them. I was minding them overnight, babysit, but Teddy's going off. At different times in the middle, So I was sleeping, we ended up sleeping in the mum and dad's king size bed, Myla, Harper and myself, and they were in the bed, and Myla's going, Nana, can you hear that? And I said, yeah. And she said, but is that somebody coming up the stairs? And I said, no, because we've just come up the stairs, and wood bends as you're coming up, and because it's getting colder or warmer, the house, and it makes that noise. And she said, will it do it all the time? I said, yeah, until it's settled. It's like double glazed windows. Once the sun hits it, you start hearing it cracking and making noise of it expanding. And then sometimes you can't shut your door sometimes. I said, so there's always an explanation like that to it. And she said, so let's turn our light off now and let me show you something. So we're all tucked in. I said, so we're all safe here. I said, watch this when we turn our light off, how will you feel? She said, I'll be scared. But I said, just wait 10 seconds and see what happens to your eyes and see what we can see. So we turned it off and doing it. So I said, now, I said, we're all holding hands, what can we see? And she said, nothing. I said, right, have another look now, we'll count to 10, we'll look. And she'd, oh yeah, I can see Mum's picture. Oh yeah, I can see that. Because it frightens them in the dark and they don't realise, once their eyes get used to it, of things that can come in. And it's debunking, and it stopped my granddaughter from being frightened in the dark by sitting there, spending that time and educating her on that time, that the creak on the stairs was because of this, that was because of the windows, or that was because your eyes have just got into a place. And it's good, and I think with having your group, you're educating them all, and then making their own assumptions of saying, well, this what it could have been, this, and debunking their own ways. So, I mean, you came up with a lot of the debunking, because you don't like table tipping people, do you? You tell us about that. Why do you think people table tipping? What do you think about it?
Well, what I think about it is, with my way of it, sometimes when I see stuff on TV, I see where they do table tipping, where the hands have got like gripping on, and I'm saying to my head, well, you could easily just wobble the table. Like, if it's like a really light table that you could easily just pick up, like with this table it's real heavy, it could easily just wiggle. And I was showing it down where a place in part of the building I was showing that you could easily just wiggle it, and you can easily, like, you could do this and you could literally lift up your thumb with it and go, that's not me.
Yeah.
So we don't do table tipping on
No,
our
you
event.
don't.
We
You
never
don't do
at all.
table tipping.
No.
But that's a good thing. What I was trying to get at was the debunking it, the putting the mind to it, and the thinking of these things. But like you said, Gemma, you don't do table tipping.
No.
You don't do Ouija boards.
No.
What else was you saying?
We don't use the ghost boxes.
Yes.
Just because
Mm-hmm.
we can't be sure of the words that are going to come
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
And we don't want overly negative words. You know, sometimes you can have swear words coming through, and because you have no control, we don't like using that.
One of the things that we do is we do vet places to decide whether or not it will be suitable or not. We did have somebody approached us about placing Hyde, which was notorious with a certain person, certain people, and we said, straight away we were like, no, that's not somewhere. We don't want to take children to a place that, yes, you, depending on how you feel about the parrot, but we want to take it somewhere where a place that's been loved by people.
Yes.
And not all paranormals, even paranormal people would have been happy in different places. That was me, sorry, with my foot.
I just thought it was the door that's how it sounded.
So yeah, we do make sure that is one of the things that we do, is we do vet places to make sure that it is a suitable place to go for, and if we feel uncomfortable with it, we don't.
We always ask the children as well, what do you think
And
about this place? And if they say no, then we don't go any further.
And
with it.
sometimes we always have like a base room on our investigations, and it's for any people who don't feel comfortable or anything, because sometimes when you get drawn into the night and some people aren't happy with that place, you can always let them free just to go and have a minute moment, just to calm themselves
But it's
down.
mainly the grown-ups.
On our events, we literally go, if you get scared, grown up,
No, we
go
do.
and stay here for a few minutes.
Yeah. So they'll most probably say, oh, I'm taking my daughter or my son out because they're a bit scared, but it's
not. It's the
It's
grown-up.
them. I bet they're like this, I don't want to go. Can we stay here with them? But no, you've got them all, a parent and a child, haven't you? That's how you have it.
I would have to say though, we've only one or two across the whole year.
Teddy's going off again on its leg
And
this
it's
time.
like this.
And I'll just stop you, Michael. What amazes me is though, you're just sitting there going, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let us know, yeah.
Thanks for that, Spirit.
Yeah.
Spirit
Not
of
saying
Teddy.
Thank you. But that's-
Thank
No,
you.
that's it.
yeah, we found that there's so much resolve with the children, or with the young adults, as we call them, who come on our events, that we've actually only had like one or two that have felt uncomfortable to that point.
Yeah.
And most of them we haven't had to use.
And we did about 16
16
events last year.
events.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we did. It wasn't like the one event and there was like one.
Yeah.
It's like we did, and there's a, yeah, and that one who did, yeah, actually wants to come back on another one because they kind of realised that they shouldn't have left.
Well, yes.
And it's just that is fascinating for me that we haven't. I was expecting each event we would have a
Yeah.
kid wanting to come back, but
Yeah.
now they're the ones front and
I'm
centre.
surprised now.
Saying to the kids you are going.
Yeah, how open-minded they are, because like you say, it starts from the cartoons, like you was it you, Jonathan, mentioning from Scooby-Doo and things, and then Ghostbusters, and it's already there implanted in it.
Yeah.
The little ghost.
But then-
That's not my
We watched,
6-year-old
Casper,
Casper. Yeah.
we watched Ghostbusters, the old, you know, like the
very old one, the
the old
first one.
version, the first
Yeah.
version. Yeah,
Yeah.
we watched that over
It's
Christmas
so
with our
hilarious.
children,
Yeah.
and they were both going, "That's not how you do it." You're doing that
Well, you got
wrong.
to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got to ask Aubrey is how did you approach your mum and dad to go on a ghost hunt?
I would have to say,
nagging.
nagging. I would nag for them
Yeah.
to do it. I would go, come on, please do it, like that all around.
But
the
you
house.
kind of know, because we work in Champness Hall and the building itself is nearly 100 years old, and we do have loads of activity in our office and in the building, which you guys I hope are going to experience. It's got to the point now where our children will go, oh, I've got nothing on tonight, can we just watch Champness Hall?
Yeah, like one night, mum said, "What do you want to do tonight?" And I came running into the kitchen door, ghost hunting at Champness Hall. Now I declare it.
What did you get for Christmas? A
I-
curiosity now because
You didn't get any paranormal kit for Christmas, you did for your birthday though.
Yeah,
did you?
because it was in November.
So what did you get?
Right,
I
okay.
got a pair of dowsing rods.
Oh, right, yeah.
I got a laser group pen, which hopefully can be charged.
It has its working
Mm.
now.
Good.
What do you mean you hope you can be charged?
No, it was the
Yeah.
battery of
Oh, right. I thought you were telling your mum and dad off then.
And I got a mag light, which
Yeah.
we've been using, which
I
is
was
out
interested.
there.
I'm going to have a
Really?
look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
why I've been
amazing.
loading
To
it.
be honest with you, you've taught us, and we've been doing paranormal investigations for 15, 16 years, and you've taught us about new items, what we can use.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
yourself,
yeah, you've started us.
especially the torch. So
Yeah.
even though we've been going for that long, we're still learning. We've been
Yeah.
educated
Yeah.
by you on items that we
Yeah.
can use, that we're able to use.
And there's, with even, it doesn't matter how old or young you are, you'll still always learn
Yeah,
something
Jonathan.
like,
Yes, Shani.
yeah, today I told you about how K2 properly works, and we told you about watches and stuff. And she was first full of
Were we calling
shock.
this?
And, yeah.
You are. See, we learn from you as well.
Yeah.
Don't
But
you say I talk.
I think that should be the nature of the paranormal community though.
Yeah.
I think we all should be learning and supporting
Working
Oh,
together.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
from each other, and I think there just needs to be
100%.
more collaboration and,
Yes.
and more support and perhaps a little bit less judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Like we said earlier, we've learned from that. And
Yeah.
we're hoping a lot of paranormal investigators.
look into it first.
Paranormal people look into it. Wish we had of.
You say
Well, you did.
Sorry?
We are. Yeah.
we're all after the exact same thing at the
That's
end of
it.
the day.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, everybody wants the same outcome,
Yeah.
is to have that experience,
Yes.
or if you really want something to happen, to have that figure manifest in front of
Yeah.
you all. You're all after that same goal.
Yeah.
The funny thing is when we do investigations and you say, there's child spirits here, who more better to be there than us to communicate with the child
Our
spirit.
children?
It's a child.
Well, we found that.
Yeah.
We found that.
And there's
really-
one on the phone for you now.
we found that really early on that sometimes when we spoke as adults, there were nothing. And then the kids would speak and there'd be a reaction to our equipment that we had out. And
Yeah.
Because it's trust again.
Yeah.
As I say, I'm a 6 foot person standing over that could be
Exactly.
a young child. It's
Mhm.
bound to be intimidating.
And if you think of a child spirit, the child spirit's going to see the likes of Aubrey and say, well, they can't be that frightened because they've got a little boy or a little girl with them. So it's working both ways. So it's not just educating you, it's educating those who you can't see as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is it doesn't matter who you are or what you're interested in. It doesn't matter if you are interested in the paranormal or you aren't. It matters just to show who you are and what you like to do. Like, we're showing us as we love to paranormal investigate and we love to show who we are and what we're doing in this community.
And be true to yourself,
Yeah.
that's what we're
Being
always
true
saying,
to
isn't
yourself.
it?
Yeah.
We're getting very
Yeah.
philosophical, aren't we?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How will anyone get in touch with you? Where can they get in touch to go on one of your investigations?
Thank you. So we've got a Facebook page. You can Facebook page which is Junior Paranormal Events.
Yeah.
We've got which we need to update our website. I noticed that today.
that's
All
telling
our,
you.
he's the website guy. All our events can be booked through our website, which is juniorparanormalevents.co.uk.
Yeah.
That's right, isn't it? We are here at Mill Street Barracks on Saturday the 18th of February.
My birthday.
Oh, when we do,
Birthday.
that's another thing to mention. When we have junior paranormal investigators on our events who have a birthday, we always bring cake for them. So we will make
Nice
sure
one.
that we bring cake.
Hey.
There you go.
Write it
Have you got
down.
enough candles?
Yeah, we do have.
Go on, we'll do.
Yeah, just put one, turn in one
Birthday
cake.
then as well,
Another
so we
birthday,
need
yeah.
2
We
cakes.
need 2 cakes that night.
Oh, is that somebody else?
No, somebody else who's on it.
I'd say get one for Jamie as well, forthcoming, but you'd need a wheelbarrow.
Okay.
From the 1800s.
Yeah.
That's one of his candles.
So, is that a Facebook page?
Facebook page. We're
Facebook
also
and a
on
website.
Twitter as
Yeah.
well. So Junior Paranormal Events are on Twitter as well.
Twitter, yeah.
That's for if paranormal groups want to connect with us as well.
Yeah,
We do have a bit of we do have a YouTube.
We do have a developing YouTube
YouTube.
channel.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
Junior
we'll subscribe.
Paranormal
Yeah,
Events.
which
So at least you know you've got 2, 3,
Thank you.
4.
Building.
Five.
That's where it starts.
We do generally put our live streams on there. We try and stream live
Oh, right.
for, and just do a
brilliant.
24 where we leave it in the
Building.
empty building just to have.
Yeah.
We have had
Fabulous.
fabulous
So-
stuff on there as well.
We've got to stop now
Yeah.
because it's come to that time of the night.
That
But
won't be
I'm
a
not
bad
going to say. I'm going to say thank you to Michael. I'm going to say thank you to Gemma, and to Marie, and to Jonathan. But I'm going to leave the last word to you to say good night from Access Paranormal.
Good night.
From Access Paranormal.
Access Paranormal
And
Your group?
and Junior Paranormal Events.
Yay! Well
Well
done.
Good
Now you're a
night.
superstar. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.